Good evening, Mzansi. This is your primetime triangle right here on the timelines, serving you the realest trends and the topical stories of the day. You're watching TrendingSA. It's a brand new week and it's right here on SABC3. My name is Mo Flavor, and to help me escape the norm, we have to look at these two incredible human beings. She's lovely. She is an award-winning satirist. She's an author. She's an actor. She's exquisitely talented. Her name is Lasizwe.
Good evening, good evening. Mwah. Good
What's
to
happening,
be here.
LSG?
Hi, people from Soweto and LSG, I can't.
Speaking of townships, well, he's a singer, he's a radio host, and he's the emperor of Imlazi. Batumaple.
Wazongbiza kamnandi. On that note, it's time for Top Trends.
So the former Wits University, did you hear that? All right. So the former Wits University Vice Chancellor and now Director at the University of London's School of African and Oriental Studies, Adam Habib, made it onto the timeline this past weekend after he came under fire for using the N-word during a video call with students and insinuating that somehow it's common practice in South Africa. In the virtual meeting, he said this.
So the issue around that is, firstly, on the somebody making that allegation, then just bring it to me. I don't know the case. This is the first I've heard of it.
Guys, anyway, the students, clearly uncomfortable, challenged him for his use of the word. Just take a look at this.
Used by lecturers, it's historically been ignored when students have raised it, and now you have just used it in a public meeting with students, and like many students are saying, and I find it myself unacceptable to have used that word in the meeting. Absolutely.
Well, you do, I don't actually. I come from a part of the world where we actually do use the word, and we say that it's unacceptable.
I'm sorry, but you're not a black man. You cannot use that word. That is not your lived experience. You do not face the trauma.
So following the backlash that this incident received, Adam Habib released a series of Twitter posts clarifying his stance and why he apologized. In this thread, he said, "Why did I apologize? I was not of the view that I did anything wrong. After all, I was saying if anyone used the word against another person, action would be taken, and I should be duly informed of the case. I apologize because it created discomfort to someone who was engaging with me."
Well, he went on to say that the conversation was more nuanced. I don't even know what he means by that. And that people are now politicizing that aspect of it. Of course, many tweets, including those who experienced Adam Habib's leadership at the height of Fees Must Fall, that movement, had a lot to say. For instance, Amara Garda says, "This is arrogant and ignorant from Adam Habib. He comes from the same part of the world, South Africa, where saying the N-word is not as socially acceptable as he falsely is making out to be, particularly in the academic space from which Adam Habib actually hails." Another comment comes from Girls Ain't Oppression. "You should see the legacy he left at Wits. The man has no sincere regard for black students. A change of location won't change that."
So, of course, students at SOAS have since started a petition calling for Adam Habib to resign. Guys, I personally feel like this was an active act of racism. Like, it wasn't passive, it wasn't a mistake. His audience was also all white, which he was very comfortable with saying it. And I think he thought he would be protected because they wouldn't say anything. But Adam Habib has been problematic from his Wits days. He's been racist. I'm not really surprised by this at all. And I think he should resign or be fired.
I just think, Lasizwe, that he, because it's on Twitter, I think he took it very seriously when we were having that banter with Black Americans, and Black Americans said that all of us in Africa actually tweet from one computer. He really thought that he could say this on Twitter and none of us would actually engage with it. Nobody uses the N-word freely like that in South Africa. Like, maybe us as young people would say that to each other. Black young people would say that to each other, but nobody's going around, no Indian people are going around throwing the N-word, or white people going around throwing the N-word. So I don't know which part of South Africa. Maybe it comes from Orania. Maybe they do that.
I don't know. And one of the students, in fact, put it beautifully in that lecture. And, you know, the fact that he isn't black is a big deal. But also that context here is irrelevant. It's like if I use the N-word to you, from black man to black man, context is relevant up to a certain point. But he has no leg to stand on. This is actually a very simple one. It's black and white.
Oh.
Bantu base South Africa ngolwesihlanu olwedlule sithola umbiko ngokukhothama kwenkosi yesizwe samaZulu isilo samabandla uGoodwill Zwelithini. Singapha se-TrendingSA sithatha leli thuba ukuthi dudu emndenini wesilwe nabantu bakwaZulu uhambe kahle hlanga lomhlabathi. So after this happened, guys, there was a lot of speculation and things happening and people, rumors coming up. And I stumbled upon this tweet by Newsbot ZA. It says, the late Zulu king Goodwill Zwelithini will have a private funeral at night and only men will bury him. According to Inkosi Mangosuthu Buthelezi, that was his wish. The previously planned state funeral on Thursday will be turned into a memorial service. Now this one launched another rumor of there's a practice that we have in KZN when a king dies, kuthiwa uyandlalelwa, where you are basically buried with a servant or two to go with you to the afterlife. And this rumor actually now came to the fore with why is it just private?
I mean, it got me thinking about how much we actually know about our monarchs across the country, especially when you see some of the comments coming in on social media and all of those platforms. Do we know enough about our monarchs, how they work, their importance in South Africa in terms of, you know, preserving our culture, preserving our traditional ways, and also making sure that our history is well documented and well kept? And do we have any interest in any of that, in understanding some of these things that you're referring to?
Mo, you see, the problem will always go back to how we see ourselves as Africans. The way that we see the British monarch as glamorous because of all the glitz and the gold and the palaces and all of these things. And we look at our kings in Africa as primitive and savagery because they're wearing animal skin. Whereas I look at my Zulu nation and I see those animal skins and I see our Esa guys and I think that is regal for me. It's the way that we view ourselves. Like those very same people that don't know anything that's going on right now, they know who's next in line in Britain. They know how the king is buried and what is the protocol. But when it comes to us, nobody can even tell you right now who's the successor.
I mean, I want to comment on that because as somebody who doesn't know a lot about the Zulu monarch, but actually any real South African monarchs, I feel like there's a lot of secrecy in tradition. You know, you ask a question, it's like, we can't speak about this, we shouldn't know about this. You know, you've seen it with Xhosa people and when they go to you know, do initiation. So we're not allowed to ask these questions. Sometimes we ask questions, we either get met with a lot of backlash, a lot of violence. I've seen even on Twitter, people say stuff and then it just is, or ask questions the way we want to be interested, the way we want to learn, but you don't really approach the response with people like trying to teach us or interest. It's secrecy or it's violence and rudeness. So
yeah, well, what is clear is that we need to have more conversations about this stuff, and we need to have a better understanding so that, you know, we don't say things out of ignorance, and that there's a genuine desire to want to know.
Actually,
right?
Can I tell you something, guys? All the information that I know about Zulu customs and culture, it's all there on the internet.
No, for sure. We will be Googling, but we also would love it if maybe if we get involved in these conversations, let us know calmly and kindly. Anyway, we still have more trends and topical stories coming your way. And later, Shaline Naicker takes fashion trends to the next level on our hashtag Monday Motivation, brought to you by our besties at Vodacom. Now, remember, Vodacom is giving away 5 gigs of data every day. So check your social media pages to win big, and we'll see you after this. Welcome back to TsA on 3. The entertainment industry has suffered a major blow after we learned about the death of 2 celebrated and illustrious thespians, Menzing Ubani and Maqashalala, over the weekend. And soon after the news made headlines, the timeline was flooded with messages of condolence from industry peers, friends, and fans paying tribute to the talented actors. Barita weighed in with this: a moment to celebrate and give thanks to Maqashalala for her talent and contributions to storytelling over the years. Musi Maimane weighed in with, South Africa has truly lost an amazing acting talent. This is truly heartbreaking. My deepest condolences to the Ngubane family and all of the friends and industry colleagues. May the soul of Menzing Ubani rest in peace. And we also have Candace Mudisele saying, blow after blow, two greats, two seasoned storytellers are no more. So blessed to have experienced their brilliance in this lifetime. May they rest in perfect paradise. R.I.P. Menzing Ubani, R.I.P. Noxolo Maqashalala.
So many heartfelt tributes just pouring in. I mean, there's absolutely no denying that Menzi and Noxolo were part of South Africa's rich television tapestry. I mean, they were an integral part of our childhood. They raised us. And I mean, whether you were sneaking at night there to catch a glimpse of Yizo there, or maybe Cha-Cha, or Ubambo Lwami, Pau. I mean, these were just some of those moments on television in this country that just put butterflies in our bellies, you know? And on that note, we thought it would be fitting tonight in our memoriam that we take it on memory lane with some of these iconic screen moments from these legendary and talented actors.
He was the blueprint of how to become a gangster on TV. And he changed the game with his memorable and relatable action. Take a look.
Ngaki? 2. Good boy.
I hated this show because the person that Umazwi used to go and bully was Undosi. And I was in school around this time and they called me Ndosi's in the house.
You see what I mean? Ah, woo! I mean, I don't know, between the shades, the necklaces and, you know, the earrings, I don't even know what to pick from there. The style in that gangster. Yo, Intersections was such a game changer. I mean, this scene still remains fresh in my mind. In fact, it's as fresh as the first time I saw it. And let me tell you something, it did a number on a lot of us. Take a look at this.
Before we discuss your first trimester blood test results, Mandisa. It's not only about who you have slept with. What is important is, do you know who your previous lovers have slept with?
Oh, I truly, truly love shows like that. Like, first of all, what an amazing talent she was. But I love shows that had the edutainment factor. We had Soul City, you know, Intersections. Yeah. I really miss TV like that. That was brilliant.
And so many people started lying after that scene. Everybody was just saying Nisandle Siwa, and we're like...
I mean, just get tested before you do anything, is all I'm saying. So 8 p.m. will never slap like this again. And if you don't know what I mean, take a look.
You are going to push me too far, Kenneth. You're undoing ability. Can you go on a breaking point? How? Eko guy. You can sacrifice a priska. More than Muhamurwa or Mawanda.
I mean, Undosi failed. It took one man to get him to do that. And that was Kenneth Mashaba. He got Menzi to react like that in that character of Busiso Dlomo. You know, Pau all of a sudden was non-existent.
Also, I didn't know Duke was on Generations with the iPad. I did not know that. Anyway.
I just love how the water actually went on his head and he carried on.
Do you want to give us an example?
No!
If you ever needed any reason to believe that the spirit of Ubuntu is well and truly alive in SA, then this next story will make your heart warm and hopefully make you want to act. So hashtag 10 Rand goes a long way started trending after media personalities Sibu Mabena, Lasizwe, Takis and Ayanda Mhlongo started a campaign to help with university registration fees.
This quickly picked up momentum and led to so many people donating from as little as 10 Rand to thousands of rands. And tonight, we're joined by one of the pioneers of this initiative, Sibu Mabena. Welcome back to the show, Mabena.
Hi, hi, hi.
I come back.
So we're all aware of the struggles that South African students are facing when it comes to funding, student debt and registration. But what is it that got you guys to start this initiative?
So Lasizwe has a really touching story about how he didn't get to go to university because after his mom passed away, things didn't work out financially. And I'm also a bursary beneficiary actually with the GCRA, so I got to study because of a bursary. And just there are so many stories like this of different people who so-called made it, and that's been as a result of other people's monies. So on Friday night, Lasizwe was just asking his audience on Instagram Live what he should do with 10,000 Rand that he wants to donate. Should he split it amongst a number of students, or should we focus on one student? I jumped on, I donated 10,000, and then Ayanda jumped on, and then a friend of ours, Taki's from the UK, she jumped on, and we ended up with 42,000 Rand by the end of the night. But what the audience that was live with us on Instagram did was take that initiative to other social media platforms, and 10 Rand goes a long way really became a long, big thing. And now we're here.
I mean, it's brilliant. I was tagged on that Insta Live, Sibu, I must tell you, and I will donate, right? And I'm sure my contribution is going to go a long way to this movement.
And it's going to be sizable.
Absolutely sizable.
10,000.
How far are we as far as reaching that target of 1 million by Wednesday? And how can brands and people actually get involved?
So I am looking at the account right now, and I'm proud to announce that since midnight on Friday night, we have achieved 473,484 rand, 13 cents.
That is brilliant. We're almost there. Yeah.
The message really was just that any little bit can go a very long way. So we're encouraging people to donate whatever they can, from 10 Rand upwards, because that's what a bank account can receive. 10 Rand goes a long way, and that's how brands have jumped on board. We've got KFC, Shivers has donated, Vumatel has donated. There's a number of African Bank, I think, also came on board. But other than that, there have been a number of celebrities and personalities who've shared their media platforms and been able to spread the message. So the thinking was, if we could get 1 million people to donate 10 Rand, we would reach 10 million Rand.
I mean,
but for now, what we're doing is just accepting what we can from everybody that we can. And we're so happy and grateful for all that has come in.
I mean, it starts with 10 Rand. It starts with 10 Rand, Sibu. And that is the point. And look at what you guys have been able to do. So really, you need to go out there and do best. Sibu, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate this, and we on it. We on it. We on it.
All right.
Thank you for the platform.
No problem.
Now, after the break, I don't know what happens after the break. The talented designer, Shaline Naicker, guys. Actually, she's done amazing things. So she tells us in the hashtag Monday Motivation, brought to you by our besties at Vodacom. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to hashtag on 3. Our friends at Vodacom are dedicated to keeping everyone connected, from gender-based violence to small businesses to online healthcare and education. Vodacom will not stop until everyone is connected. And on that note, it's time to take things to the next level with today's hashtag Monday Motivation, brought to you by Vodacom, keeping youth connected.
And our guest tonight is shaking things up in the fashion industry by fusing technology into her garments to create wearable art pieces. I mean, she uses photochromic lenses, which holds an ultraviolet light, and when exposed to UV rays, has the ability to change the color of garments based on the surrounding light. I mean, this is incredible. In 2019, she was part of the Design Indaba Emerging Creatives platform, which catapulted her into this fashion scene. And tonight, she joins us to tell us all about it, to talk to us about her creativity and taking things to the next level. Let's welcome to the show, Shaline Naicker. Good evening.
Hi.
So where did the inspiration to merge fashion and photochromic technology even come from?
Okay, so I developed an interest for photochromic lens technology while spending most of my spare time at an eye lab called Falcon Eye Lab. In this eye lab, I came across the lenses that changes color from clear to black when it's exposed to UV rays. And I thought to myself, wow, this is so interesting. I study fashion design, how can I merge the both? So by the thought of experimenting with this technology ignited the designer in me to explore, innovate, and create the endless possibilities of my imagination. This color changing ability inspired me to incorporate the interactive technology with that of fashion design in order to bring about something innovative, original, and never done before.
Wow.
So in 2019, you were part of the Design Indaba Emerging Creatives, which has launched the careers of celebrated artists like Uthebe Magugu, Duma Collective, and Daniel Chong. How has being part of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity changed the trajectory of your career?
In 2019, I had the honor of exhibiting my work at Design in Durban and Cape Town. The opportunity allowed me to meet many reputed and successful individuals, both local and international. The opportunity not only to teach me many things about branding, networking, etc., but I had the chance to inspire other fashion design students out there to think outside of the box, and that fashion is more than just an ordinary cloth worn or draped on the human body. This amazing opportunity also sparked the interest in me to further acquire knowledge and skills to study my master's degree in fashion design. And well, it got me on the show.
Well, there we go. And I must be honest, I mean, the concept of the use of photochromic technology in fashion is relatively new. So what is next for the fashion capsule, or, you know, this wearable art pieces that you're creating?
Okay, so well, I'm in the process of launching my own label, hopefully soon, and experimenting with different other technologies for the creation of wearable art. And to grow as an emerging fashion designer, I've actually designed jewelry pieces out of them, and I'm currently wearing one of them. So, yeah. So definitely to incorporate them in a more commercial application rather than wearable art pieces.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us on Trending tonight. We will be shopping your stuff soon, pretty soon.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Pleasure. So if you would like to make power moves like our guest tonight, make sure that you download my Vodacom app. Vodacom is making it easy for you to keep connected through their next level deals for under 25s. And you can also take advantage of Vodacom's reward program called Vodabucks and earn Vodabucks every time you achieve your personalized behavioral goals, recharge, buy a bundle, or pay your bill. Now, remember, you can win big with Vodacom. We're giving away smartphones, we're giving away data. What more do you want? Head on to our social media details for more details. And if you can't get enough of us, visit our TikTok account, we do have one, to catch exclusive footage and fun content curated especially for your pleasure.
And before they go, please head on to my Twitter account because I am giving away some stuff courtesy of Vodacom. There's data. You get data. You get data. Everybody get data.
Okay, Oprah, my bless.
Blessing them.
Guys, it's been a rough week. Last week, lots of death. We say R.I.P. Menzing Ubani. We say R.I.P. Unokolo. We say R.I.P. to the King. It's going to be a huge event there in Durban.
Are you attending?
Of course, I'm an emperor, so I'm definitely in attendance. Okay. I'm going to be there front row. Yeah.
All right. Well, lots of great things coming through in the week, and we hope that this start is the beginning of another great one. Don't forget, lots of cool things to give away throughout the week that you can win, including a whole cell phone. So you do not want to miss out on that.
Friday.
That is Friday, by the way. So it's going to be a big one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.
Mwah.
Have a great evening.